Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. Got a little message for you this morning, and it's coming to you live from station WEBM. That's wonderful, Eddie B. Marcus, operating smackdown from the top of the sky to wherever you are. The message that I have today are for those of you whose dreams are being crushed. And I guess one of the easiest ways to ask you a question in a fashion that you can understand is to ask you this. Are you broke? Are you financially secure? Are you living from paycheck to paycheck? Do you have money problems? Well, if you do, I got a message for you from God. Now, let me tell you why I say I got it from God. It is not a message that anybody is sharing around in this community or any community that I've ever been in or in any place in the world that I have ever been. It is not a conversation that people share. Not only that, it is not a conversation that I've ever heard any politician talk about. And I never heard church talk about it in such a manner. And so I'm just like you, and you don't talk about it, and I know I'm no better than you. So if I got this, it must be from God, because I didn't get it from me. I didn't get it from my environment. I didn't get it from any of that. So I say I got it from God. If you're broke, if you're financially insecure, if you're having money problems, God wants you to know that it is because you are listening to another voice other than the voice of God. Here is a reminder of the voice of God. Everything on the earth, in the earth, above the earth, seen and unseen, including the earth, is of God. And if you don't understand that, just know this. It is not of any man. Mankind exists because of a God. And mankind requires certain sustenance for survival, of which is, but not limited to, food and clothing, shelter, education, and health care. Now, all of the resources necessary to provide all of these in such an abundance that no human being on the face of the earth would ever be without them has been designed by that same God. These are requirements. The resources to provide for those are here on the earth, in the earth, above the earth. And God has given human beings the ability to discern what has to be done in order to extract from these resources that which is needed to provide for the goods and services that we the people say are required for the fulfillment of our dreams. God has provided for that. And so that each one of us can have our dreams met. Each one of us must play a role in it, and yet at the same time play a role in each other's dream. We play a role in our dream and a role in each other's dream. So what we do is God has designed within us a certain desire, a certain participation that we just want to do. We want to give as our service, as our job, as our career of choice to life itself. It gives us purpose. That is from God, ladies and gentlemen, and every last one of us have that desire. And the fulfillment of that desire is what God has planned for each of us. Because in that is our greatest joy. Knowing who we are, what we are, why we're here. And now we're about the business of taking care of why we're here. And that business is doing that which you love doing. It's just a small part in life itself, but it's essentially needed. It's necessary for the completion of this life for all of us in our dream. And so when you give of yourself, I'm telling you what God is saying to you. When you give of yourself, you are participating in that finished product. So all human beings living their dreams are constantly, daily creating, playing a part in the process of developing from what God has given, that which is required of us to make our dreams come true. That's God's plan. And in it, ladies and gentlemen, there is nobody that's broke. Everybody got a career of their own choosing, a job that they love doing. I hope you can hear me. Everybody got a job that they love doing. And the job that they love doing creates all that we have as human beings. And we only create it because we love doing it. And on top of that, each of us required it. Food, oh man. Clothing, oh man. Shelter, oh man. Education, oh man. Healthcare, oh man. And then we doing the work. We doing the joy. And ladies and gentlemen, this is how God planned it. There's nobody broke. There's nobody more important than anybody else. The white man is no more important than the black man. The black man is no more important than the white man. Whoever came first is no more important than the one who came last. And the one who came last is no more important than the one that came first. We all have the same requirements. We all have the same ability to do what we have been given to do. And we all want to do it. And now we know that we can do it. Now, what has happened, ladies and gentlemen, is that a thief came along. A liar came along and deceived all of us here in Minnesota, here in the United States, here on earth. And everywhere they have said that there are some that's better than others. And they deserve more and best of all that there is to be gotten. This is the philosophy of men all across the world. That is the philosophy in America. That is the philosophy in Russia. That is the philosophy in China. That is the philosophy in Africa. That is the philosophy everywhere that men exist. Not only is their system set up that puts them in positions of advantage, the best for them in that location, it is also the best of among all other nations. So you don't have to complain. You got the best. God wants you to know that the reality of that system that you live under is there's constant lying, cheating, stealing, Ponzi scheme, terrorizing, uh, jails and prisons, and war. All these kinds of things is also a byproduct of the systems that you have chosen to live under. Now, I know these things were set in motion before you got here. It was set, we formed ourselves to be conditioned to accept them as they are, and we go forward. And we have people hurting all over. We got people arguing about getting a job. We got people arguing about how much they can get paid. Talking about $16 an hour, $15 an hour. What can you do with that when prices go from wherever they want them to go? Well, God just wants you to know that all of that that exists out there, outside of what I just described to you, is founded on a lie, is founded on deception. And all the crime and the violence and the poverty and all that kind of stuff is evidence to let you know that it's no good. But the choice, whether to stay out there in it, is yours, or to change your mind and come back on the right path. That choice is also yours. Now, sure, there are a lot of threats that take place and things that they will try to do to you if you try to change your mind about going the way they have tricked you to go. But you know, every time there's a Ponzi scheme and it's discovered and it's exposed, it has to fall. People should be ashamed of themselves, and they are ashamed because they really haven't profited anything. That's the way the systems of the world are. And I'm telling you this from the voice of God. That's the way the systems of the world are. They're all fake and phony. They're working for some and against the others. And that is not the way that it is designed for your dreams to come true. Your dreams will never come true out here. You might have access when others don't. You have access because they don't. So you are part of the problem and you don't even know it, but you are. And the evidence would be that the fruit that you receive from the seeds that you plant are always going to fall short of what you were reaching at. It's going to always fall short because you're not giving what is required to get what you say you want. See, if you want to get what you say you want, then you got to give everything. You got to give everything to get everything that you want. In other words, don't be bound to nothing that will prevent you from getting what you want. Don't hold on to nothing that will prevent you from getting what you want. Turn that crapper loose. So, if the systems of the world, capitalism, socialism, communism, dictatorships, if all of them fail a certain part of the population, yes, of course, they always work for some. They work for the liars. They work for those who protect the liars. They work for those who protect the liars. But as you get further away, it stops working for them. And when they really don't need nothing but your service, you're working for free. Yeah, that told slavery, you don't matter. But in the response to the truth of the matter, you are the evidence of its failure. You who are suffering are the evidence of the failure of the system. And anybody who lives within these systems and are not trying to change these systems and make these systems work for those who are suffering are complicit to what's actually going on. You are part of the problem. You are part of the problem. Now here's what happened. Here's the big trick, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I've just shared with you is true. You know you love God's way better, but you're not familiar with it. You're conditioned to another kind of way. You don't really have the leadership to take you into God's way, and you do need leadership because you sure don't trust yourself. You sure. I mean, they mess with your head so much it's a crying shame. So you really don't trust yourself, and that's tough. That's tough. But I say one thing to you. If you are sure, be sure. Be sure. Get your heart right. And when I say get your heart right, I mean be truthful to yourself. And you'll find more truth than you ever knew. And with that truth, you can be guided. You will be guided. So, you can stay over there, or you can come on God's side. Now, I'm asking the people from the state of Minnesota to make me the next United States Senator from the state of Minnesota, with an ambition of becoming the next president of the United States of America, talking about this one thing: peace and prosperity and joy of life for everybody in the United States of America. That basically means that everybody in America got a job of their own choosing. And out of that, we are going to create, as we already are doing, but now we're going to create more and better of that which we are doing, which includes, but not limited to, food and clothing and shelter and education and health care for everybody on the face of it. Well, let me back it up. For everybody in the United States of America. And by becoming a bolt of lightning like this, it will still be the choices of the other nations around the world if they want to come and get in God's love or stay outside. It will be theirs. But this is the choice that I'm making. And I'm asking all of America, all of the United States of America, to make that choice with me. Now, I won't be on the ballot. I'm a write-in candidate. You actually have to write my name in there, Eddie Marcus, saying that, yes, we want him for senator. Yes, we want him for president. But now to say that, you are also saying that you recognize that the things that I talk about, the things that I say about God for you, can only happen with you playing a role, and that role is that career of your choosing. That's your role. That's a decision that you make, and you accept it, and you have your own joy in doing it. But you got to do it. You got to play your role. That's the only way it's going to be successful. It won't be on me. Won't be on black folks. Won't be on me. Won't be on any of you. It'll be on each of us individually as we do our commitment. Won't be the Republican Party. Won't be the Democratic Party. You get what I'm saying? It'll be us. So if we fail, it's because of us. And when I say us, I'm talking about you. You. Because I'm not going to change my way. I'm going all the way. What about you? All right. I didn't mean to talk this long, but it is what it is. Maybe I helped myself some. And if I help myself, I know I helped you. Bye-bye.